Hey, welcome back to the podcast. Today I have Mars with me as the special guest.
Hello, I am here again.
Yeah. So today the topic is going to be closeted and coming out as a teen in today's society.
This is going to be a good topic.
Yeah, especially for Mars, because you came out decently recently
Yeah.
as a few different things, but we're going to get into that later in the podcast. As of right now, we're doing the introduction. So first of all, what's your name? I already introduced you that way, but...
Mars, I've used they, he pronouns.
Yep. And flavour of gay?
Arrowace.
Arrowace. Sick. All right, and then here's your random question that we will be starting to do from here.
Okay.
What is your weirdest pickup line you can think of the top of your head?
Oh, God. Are you a rock? 'Cause I want to smash you?
Are you my pinky toe on the edge of every of the edge of every desk? Because I want to bang you. What? That wasn't.
Yeah, that was.
Anyway.
Okay, cool. Let's keep going.
So, you were closeted pretty much all of like last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how old were you when you sort of discovered that you were whatever flavour of queer you knew at the time?
I feel like I figured out that I was a part of the community in year 6. So when I was around 10, 11, I was closeted for a little bit, and then I bought some pride flags online. I'm just like, oh yeah, look, I'm gay, look. And my parents are just like, cool. Interesting way to come out.
Yeah.
Cool. And pretty much ever since then, after my mum left, my dad's been accepting me. I don't know about my mum, but probably.
And how long were you in the closet? So as whatever flavour of queer you were at first. So what flavour of queer were you at first?
So I was genderqueer and pansexual when I started to figure out what I was.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure I was in the closet for about a year or two, because I'm just like, yeah, I don't know if my parents are accepting yet. I need to figure out, do they like gay people? Will they like me?
How'd you figure that out? Because I went through an interesting way of doing that, so I'm curious to see how you did it.
I'm pretty sure it, like TikTok, Instagram, it's just, gay people, or there's genderqueer is like feeling like everything.
No, but like how did you figure out that your parents were supportive or comfortable with you coming out? Sorry, cut out.
My mum coming out as bi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be a pretty good way of figuring that one out.
Yeah, my mum coming out as bi and go, oh yeah, I like girls too and boys, and me and my sister and we know that means like
yeah. And your dad was kind of just like, yeah, I agree with that. Or
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fine with that.
He just dealt with it. He just like, oh, cool.
Okay, well, that's a pretty interesting way. Yeah, because my way was just mentioning a bunch of trans and genderqueer and all that sort of stuff to my dad and seeing what his reaction was. A lot of it was not so positive, but some of it was pretty positive. Like, for example, Neil Patrick Harris, fuck me. He, like, my dad really likes a lot of his stuff, especially in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
So that's sort of how I knew that he knew of gay people and all that. And then later on I figured out he had a queer friend as well.
Ooh.
Which is brought up in every fucking argument, I swear to God. Jesus. Yeah, so how long were you in the closet? Back to the original topic.
Yeah, about 1 or 2 years I was in the closet, and then I came out, and I think I went back in the closet for a bit when I changed my identity, because I'm just like, that isn't suiting me. Changed my identity, went back in the closet for a bit, came back out.
Yeah.
In, out.
No, I feel
shake it all about, do the hokey pokey.
And turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
I did good.
I did that pretty much too, though. Because I first came out, this is later on in the segment, but I first sort of came out to my dad by saying, how would you feel if I had a girlfriend? And he kind of just looked at me and he goes, do you? I was like, yeah.
It's like, that's a...
And then, right, like 2 weeks later, my girlfriend transitioned. So then they became non-binary and then male and then non-binary again. I don't know what they are at this point. I don't know.
What would you feel like if I had a non-binary boy, girl, boy?
Because he was really shitty about the fact that I was dating someone.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't want me hanging out with them. And then they changed their names. So I actually was able to change their contact information on everything.
Oh,
so
God,
he didn't know it was them and he thought I was normal and stereotypical normal and had a boyfriend. So it actually ended up working out great until he saw us together and realised it was the same person. Then it kind of, but to be fair, that was like 2 weeks before I left that school anyway and left to go to Newcastle, come live here. So Newcastle versus Sydney.
It's just like, you fucking tricked me. It thought it was a different person.
Yeah. They went through like 3 different names as well. So I was just able to keep changing them as well. So every time he'd find out one, I'd change it to another. I don't know how he didn't catch on earlier, to be honest.
Yeah.
What made you realise that you were queer? So back onto the other topic as well.
Yeah. I started feeling like, I sort of like women. They're pretty. I want to
fuck them violently.
Maybe
not Mars, but I would. Any single women, men, non-binary people.
That was before I figured out I was asexual.
Yeah.
So I want to.
How'd you figure out that you were asexual? An ROS.
My ex.
Your ex?
My ex, pretty much. The relationship I had with her sort of fucked me up.
Yeah.
In the head, and I'm just like, I don't like the romance. I don't like the sex.
Yeah.
That just made me. The relationship with her just turned me off.
Yeah, well, that's what made me think of as lesbian at first as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's before I transitioned.
Yeah.
After my ex and I broke up, I was like, my ex is in my first ever boyfriend, which I only got with because I was like, I need to fit in like everyone else and have a boyfriend because I'm too old to not have my first boyfriend.
I decided to fit out and have a first girlfriend.
Yeah, you really tested the waters with that one. No, but I pretty much just went, that one. And I picked out, right, this is my first pick, the gayest boy at our fucking school.
Oh, God, man.
Yeah, you remember who I'm talking about. And then he very heavily rejected me.
He was so flamboyant.
I should have known that A, he was gay, and 2, I'm trans earlier.
Wait, he's actually gay?
Yeah. That's how he rejected me. He goes, oh no, I'm gay. I was like, what?
I didn't know he was gay. You didn't tell me that.
I have the cards to actually do. I don't know if I did. The way I asked him out, like in those movies and shit where you have like the
the yes, no,
yes,
cards.
no, maybe,
yeah.
And then he wrote like a whole explanation. I cried, and then I went and dated, you know who?
Oh, fuck's sake, man!
Primary school. Why did I go? Yeah, and then he sort of fucked me up, and I was like, okay, well now I'm just gonna date women.
Yeah.
And my first technical girlfriend was over Discord and they lived in America. We were together for about a week before I went, no, I can't do long distance. And then my last like 3 relationships have been long distance with the same person too.
You need to stop doing that, dude.
I was going to text him the other night.
No, not again.
What do you mean not again?
No,
it's only been like 4 or 5 times. To be fair, now when I text them, I text them on Discord because they don't actually check Discord. Also, if you're listening, please don't check your Discord. Please.
Do not check it. You don't want to know all the stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know all the stuff either. I'm interested. You're going to have to show me afterwards.
Okay, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, so did you tell anyone before you sort of came out to everyone in general?
I told the group that we were in Year 6.
Yeah. Oh, wait, did you?
Yeah. I told you, I told that group multiple times.
Bro,
I'm just like, I'm pansexual. I have
90% of our friend group at the time was queer.
Yeah.
And those who weren't came out later. And I was one of them that came out later and didn't know. How did we not know? No, I remember when I was with my first partner.
Yeah.
You kept saying and you kept messaging me going, you're not going to last. And I was like, wow, that's such a dickhead thing to say.
But
and then we didn't. It was true. You were very... That's not the right one.
Oh, shit.
I tried to adjust my seat. Nope, that's still not the right one.
Please don't break the seat.
I won't break it. I'm just trying to make myself... Fuck, go down. There we go.
Haha, shorty.
You're shorter than me.
No, I'm not.
Like, on that chair. You're shorter than me.
Fuck you.
And the camera can see that too, because we have evidence this time.
Nuh-uh.
But if I don't end up posting the footage, then you never heard that. That didn't exist. So, yeah, you told the year 6 friend group.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't remember that.
Yeah, I told you guys I was pansexual and genderqueer because...
Oh, I think I remember the pansexual. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what the fuck's pansexual? And then I kind of just went about my year 6 life.
It's just like, cool, I don't know
Cool,
what
bro.
it is, but like, interesting.
I'm dead name. Nice to meet you, pansexual. Like that was my whole brain.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I'm Australian. Because I didn't
Pansexual
really,
Australian.
like I didn't really understand what being queer was until I was about probably year 7, year 8.
Yeah.
Like when I came out. And the way I sort of figured out how queer I was is I seen a video on YouTube Shorts. This was like when it first came out too.
Oh,
I seen a video on YouTube Shorts and it was like, hey, you can be bi and you can like women and men. So then I went into my room and I sat there and I went through pictures of men and I went through pictures of women and I was like, yeah, I think I like both, but I definitely like men more, and that definitely changed to women more. To be fair, now I don't really care. I'm kind of just like, I'll fuck anyone. I'm desperate.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm desperate now. Yeah, so you told the friend group in year 6.
Yeah.
Did you tell anybody after, or did you kind of just like leave it like when you went to high school? Because you stayed mainly with the same people anyway, adding and subtracting a few people.
Mainly, and I think sometime during COVID, I'm just like, oh, I feel like I need to come out now since my mum said she's bi. And I feel like I'm going to be safe if I come out.
Yeah.
So I just came out of nowhere.
Well, when I first sort of came out and realised, pretty much as soon as I realised, my brain felt guilty and I felt like I needed to tell everyone.
Yeah.
And I didn't end up telling everyone. I kind of just kept it like secretive mostly. Like I told Dad when I was non-binary, I told him like a month after I'd sort of realised that I was.
Yeah.
And started testing on waters at school. And I told him, sorry, I'm trying to find a photo. I told him and he kind of just went, no, you're not. Stop lying to yourself. And I was like, oh, okay.
Like,
and
that's an asshole thing.
Yeah, well, he was like, in this world, you're born with a penis or a vagina and that's all you get. And then then the principal outed me as trans like 2-3 years later. And then he kind of didn't say anything. So it's just, yeah. It's been an awkward few years.
Like, interesting.
Can't find the photo I want. I'm trying to find you in year 6.
Oh,
yeah.
I look like shit in year 6,
Hey,
man.
it's a photo of both of us, and I was
no, not that one!
I was wearing a onesie.
No, not
I
that
looked
one.
worse.
I fucking hate that photo. You bring it up all the time.
I love it as
terrifying.
blackmail. It's the best blackmail. I was looking through my photos last night, and I found like that one plus a few extra. So I was just like, yeah, screw
I'm
it.
pretty sure I've showed my dad that photo, and he's just going, oh, that's
definitely a
photo.
photo.
That's nice. That is
Definitely
a photo of you guys.
Yep, definitely. Those are the 2 people that are in the photo.
Yep. Nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Not my big dick out. No.
Okay, well now we're kind of going to go into the second half. So, coming out, when did you sort of come out, like, as all the flavours are queer?
About, year 6, came out as pansexual, genderqueer. I came out as... Fuck. I came out at...
That's you last year.
Close enough.
It's not the right photo.
I came out as a demi-boy, maybe somewhere around 2021.
Yeah. I found it last night. Where the fuck is it? Oh, I found this photo.
Not that one! No! No!
Okay, we're done.
We're going to get in big trouble if anyone sees that.
I showed this to teachers.
I know
like,
you
before
did.
the phone ban.
I know you did, man. It's for context, it's a photo of 2 giraffes fucking.
Okay, for more context, I googled what is the gayest animal because I think it was an argument Ace and I were having. Oh, there's people outside. Whoopsie. No, because I was
old people.
I was googling what is the gayest animal, and it came up with like 4 different animals, and the only one I sort of like knew exactly what photo I was going to look for was giraffes. So I was like, that would be funny. Like imagine a giraffe giving head. And then, and then I found that photo and it's been in my camera roll ever since. So it's definitely been a fun one.
Okay, back on the topic.
Oh yeah, back to, the actual topic of the whole fucking thing that we're doing.
Yeah. I kept changing from being a demi-boy to, like, trans to non-binary. I kept going through those three. And then maybe actually, in the middle of last year, I'm like, oh, I think I'm just non-binary and I'm a lesbian. And then, sorry, there's people scaring the shit out of me.
We're in a neighbourhood centre if you didn't watch the last one, which if you didn't listen to the last podcast, I'm going to take your kneecaps.
You have to listen to the last one and then this one. That's the thing.
Not necessarily in order. You can keep finishing this one, then you can watch the next one or listen to the next one.
I'm scared. They keep banging on the doors, I think. I don't know.
Well, they're closing doors.
And then after a little while, I'm like, I'm not a lesbian. I think I'm bisexual. I like multiple people at the same time, but not pansexual. I don't like all people.
Yeah.
And then I just out of nowhere, I'm like, nah, fuck people. And then I became arrow-ace and non-binary.
So you and I said fuck people in two different ways. I said fuck people as in fuck everyone, as in like I'm gonna have sex with it.
Yeah.
Somebody just made direct eye contact with me as I said that. Jesus.
I think we should pull down the blind.
I think we should just leave it. Honestly, I think it's fun.
Just all the people.
If they're eavesdropping on our conversation, then they should be waiting until next week when the podcast comes out. Or actually later this week, because this one's scheduled to come out on Thursday, which we're filming currently on the Monday at 11:19 a.m. It's
specific.
Well, yeah, but like. Still.
Yeah.
So we need to still... I need to edit this, but I've got like a whole week to edit, so I'm not too fussed. And then on Thursday, we're filming another episode for next week, but I am not spoiling who is in that one or what we are talking about, mainly because I can't remember what the topic was. I messaged them last night because they messaged me because Mars got in touch with them, and then Mars is busy, so I can't actually have Mars on. So that's kind of sad.
Yeah. I got work.
Imagine having to work. Like, literally could not be me after I quit my job. No, I told... So my great uncle came over the other day. It was yesterday. Oh, no, it was the day before. And he was like, yo, why? Like, do you still have a job? He didn't say go. He's old and very old-fashioned.
Yo, man. Like, I don't job, bitch.
I don't even think he has a phone, to be honest. And if he does, it's like an old-style fucking...
Nokia.
Rotary phone. Well, he lives with my great grandmother, so yeah. But like he takes care of her and stuff.
Yeah.
But he sort of went, "Do you still have a job? Like, are you still working?" I was like, "No," and he's like, "Why?" And
why not?
I pretty much just told him, but I can't say it because I don't want to get sued by this workplace, which I'm also not going to say the name of.
Company shit.
A company that sells burgers and they say that they're better than everyone else.
That's most companies.
You can put the pieces together for that one. But I sort of like I told him everything that they had done, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, they like that is illegal. They should not be doing that."
Yeah.
So, yeah, but he's gonna try and get me in touch with some radio companies and stuff.
Hell yeah.
And
That's
he's
gonna
also
be good.
yeah, well, and then he's also sort of just gone, "Don't give up, keep trying, kid." It's like, okay, I'll try. Anyway, back onto topic. Did anybody guess that you were queer before you came out?
I think some people did because I cut my hair short and then they're like, "Ooh, like, you know, the regular..."
One of those queers.
The regular, "Oh, your hair's short. That means you must be either trans or gay."
Or both. In my
and
case.
I was, pretty much. I was in the trans umbrella and I was very gay. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird, I can hear the echo.
Well, I don't think too many people guessed, but also I was kind of oblivious to everything.
Yeah, you were very in denial.
Did you guess that I was queer?
A little bit. You
Yeah, like I think a decent amount of people would have guessed that I'm queer.
Yeah. You seemed a little bit queer, you seemed a little bit gay.
And to be fair, I hung out with the queers as well.
Yeah.
Like, in every friend group since probably year 5. And even there, probably earlier than that too, just they didn't know either because we were too young. Because so my last friend group before you guys, so between you guys and you guys, I guess, was, I'm not going to say names, but one of them was my ex, who at the time wasn't out, but I guessed that they were queer.
Yeah.
One was queer. The other was queer. I can't remember what, I think one of them, who has the same name as my cousin, I'll tell you later, was bi, same as me, possibly.
Yep.
And then the other one, I think, was just lesbian or something. I don't know.
Cool.
Could be the other way around.
I'm readjusting my headphones.
And then there was one straight person in that friend group. And then obviously me before I came out.
Yeah.
And then we had like some other people as well, but one of them was a bitch and she kept making fun of the other like friend. Like, I'm laughing because this was like 2-3 years ago now, but they were making fun of these people, and this was my first female crush ever.
Oh.
Like that I was aware and conscious that they were a crush and not just somebody that I wanted to be best friends with.
Yeah.
Which is how it started. I was like, oh, I want to be best friends with that person.
I want to be the bestest friends with them.
And then
I want to fuck them.
They ended up coming into I went into their friend group, and then I went into a friend group, and then the friend groups merged, and then they split again.
Yeah.
So I was technically in their friend group for a while, and then I ended up being like, okay, well now I'm friends with you, but now I just want to violently fuck you.
Yeah.
And then that's where I figured out I was
That sounds
bi.
like something you would think of.
Yeah. Well, okay, but it wasn't like, my brain wasn't just like, okay, well, clearly I'm not just friends with you, I want to fuck you. Like,
yeah.
I was like, well, I kind of just want to do more. Like, I want to hang out with you every second of the day, and I want to be closer.
Like, I don't know
I want to
kind
be
of
closer.
more.
And then that's where I figured out I was bi, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Cool.
Yeah, so I feel like a decent amount of people guessed that I was queer, though.
Yeah, you seemed very queer.
Like, even before I cut my hair and transitioned and all that, I was
closer.
still... Closer?
Closer.
Like this.
The microphone's not close enough.
You were talking to me, you were talking to your microphone, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean go closer to my
Come
microphone?
here, baby.
Bitch, I can't go like this because it sounds weird.
I can't hear you, come closer, man.
Me to my first female crush be like,
oh, fuck off.
Come closer.
Come closer, baby.
But when you came out,
yeah,
did people react how you thought they would, and how did people react?
I honestly thought they would react like angry, they'd kick me out, whatever, like regular anxiety thinking.
Yeah.
Pretty much they reacted just like, oh, cool, I don't care.
Mm.
Do what you want.
When I came out as bi to Dad, he didn't react anywhere near what I thought he would.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was going to be like, okay, cool. Do you want to have some spaghetti for dinner? But instead he was like, well, you're too young to know yet, and all that sort of stuff. And you're too young to date. You got to focus on schoolwork. So I ended up dating them behind his back, which ended up causing a lot more problems than it should have.
Yeah.
Even 3 years later. Fucking awesome. But then when I came out as non-binary, I kind of already had the guideline for when I came out as bi.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is probably going to go the similar way of he's telling me I'm too young to know, he's, sort of not impressed and not believing me. And then it ended up actually going worse because it was like, no, you can't change your gender. Fuck you. It's like, oh, okay.
You can't identify as nothing.
Yeah. Like, that was a little harsh, bro.
Yeah.
And then when I was out to this trans, because the little backstory here is that last year around, what was it? It was like July or something, I think.
July, August?
Yeah, between July and August, I went and had a meeting with the principal over all the bullying and shit happening at the school. And he pretty much just, in front of my dad, he heard from another student or a teacher or something that I was, trans and went by Jay and he, him pronouns. Which, first of all, that's not even fucking the right information, mate. Like, come on, get your facts straight before you go and out me.
Get it straight.
Get it gay, bitch, before you come and out me. And then he sort of, like, he said to Dad, oh, yeah, your kid's going by Jay and he, him pronouns. I'm sort of sitting there. Well, no, he said, your kid's going by Jay. And I sort of sat there and I was like, fuck. I'm fucked. And I had all these thoughts going through my head. And then, on the end, he fucking adds... and using he and pronouns, like, fuck, I'm screwed.
Like, so, why the fuck bring it up
if
out
it was
of nowhere?
just Jay, I could have used, oh, well, my friends thought this, like, the Jay bird, something was close to me, or, looked like me or something, and I could have gone off of that.
Yeah.
Right? Or, it came from this inside joke between me and my friends. Yeah. But then when he added on the pronouns, it was like, fuck, I cannot get out of this.
Yeah.
So, and then, like... I was expecting him to come over and, like, flip the fucking table or something, because we were sitting in, like, a meeting room table like this one, but it was circle. I was expecting him to flip the table and fucking come at me. And that's sort of, like, I don't know how I would have come out to him and outed me. Shit, I'm going to have to mute that.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I would have liked the chance to come out on my own.
Yeah.
Like, because that's something every queer person deserves, is the chance to come out if and when they're ready.
Yeah, not be outed.
Not be outed by
principal.
Well, especially by somebody who's supposed to be a safe person and says he's a safe person.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, he causes a lot more issues than it's worth.
Makes it so unsafe.
Yeah, well, it just causes too many issues.
Yeah.
So I guess, like, every time I came out to Dad, he didn't react how I thought he would, but he also, like, it got progressively worse.
Yeah.
So, like, right now he doesn't even acknowledge the fact that I'm trans. Like, he'll be like, your thing, or, you know, he'll keep using the wrong pronouns, wrong name, etc.
Like, he knows, but he's
then,
in denial.
Right, whenever it's writing anything down, because he knows, like, he's smart enough to know that shit can be used against him.
Yeah.
Whenever it's anything to be written down, he'll use my preferred name, because he's like, oh, well, no, you can use that against me, and that can be used as child abuse or child neglect.
Like, how
it's
about
like, bitch,
just
fuck
use
off.
my name the whole time?
Yeah.
It's that simple.
And then, right, he expects a fucking round of applause every time he uses the right pronouns or the right name. It's like, bitch, my friends did that.
It's that simple, man.
And you guys knew me for a fucking while.
Yeah.
And one thing I was thinking about yesterday is also, like, he created this new nickname for me, Snorkels. And he immediately started using that correctly. He was using that in every single word, every single sentence.
Yeah.
Like, referring to me. So, if he can switch all that shit so easy, why can't he switch to my name? Like, because his excuse has always been, oh, well, yeah, that's what I've called you your whole life. And
yeah,
like, well,
it's too hard. You were born with that name. It's the simplest thing. It's the only thing like.
But he doesn't put any sort of effort into it. And that's, like, one of the shittiest excuses that I've ever heard. And it's a very common one, too, in a lot of queer people's lives, is, oh, well, you know, you've had that name for your whole life, or, oh, I picked out that name when you were born. So, okay, now I can pick out my own name because I'm big and grown, so I can choose my own
It's
name.
better than the other name you gave me. Like,
well, my aunt's changed her, and she's not trans or anything. She's just changed her name a few times.
Yeah, that's what my aunt did too.
Yeah.
And, like, even when I went over to my grandparents' place a couple months ago, I think, like, I gave her some advice, going like, hey, if people are going to keep calling you that and you want to go by your preferred name, correct them.
Well, not only that, my shitty abusive previous workplace caught on pretty fucking quickly.
Yeah.
So why can't he?
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
It's that simple.
Come on, bro.
Use your brains.
Anyway, back from getting away from the negative shit.
It's funny.
Was it worth coming out? Like, so to talking to all the little kids that are probably watching, and the queer teens that are watching / listening, or even just the adults who haven't been able to come out until later in life, was it worth coming out when you did?
Yes, it was very much worth it, because it's easier to come out, just go like, hey, please accept me.
Yeah.
And if they're accepting, you're going to feel way better afterwards.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also just the fact of it's shit to try and sneak around everywhere.
Yeah.
And it feels like you're wearing somebody else's face, and it doesn't look like you when you look in the mirror, or, you know, it doesn't feel like you. Whereas when you come out, no matter what, like if it's just sexuality or if it's gender or whatever, it feels so much more reassuring that you can just be yourself, and that you don't have to try and sneak around.
Yeah.
And obviously there's going to be complications. You're going to have principals who are dicks, or you're going to have counsellors who don't listen. You're going to have parents who are a bit of assholes sometimes.
Yeah. But sometimes you can feel more confident coming out, going, like, and people know.
And you can find your people as well. I mean, I found you guys right before I came out, but I still...
Yeah.
You know, you guys have supported me since last year,
you're stuck with us, man.
Oh, yeah, no, I know that. No matter how many times I try and move away from you guys, I'm stuck.
We're going to find out where you live. Even if you don't tell us, we're going to find out
where
you
know where
live.
I live.
No,
you have my location at all times.
If you move houses, we're going to find out where that house is. Even if it's not specific location, we're gonna go to every single house, figure out where the fuck you
find
are.
Out what suburb I'm in, and just go knocking.
Hey, it's
on
Jay
every
here.
door.
It's Jay here. Who the fuck is Jay? It's Jay here.
Yeah, but I think it's just honestly better to be out. Like, And especially when you sort of realize that, hey, nobody can physically stop me from being this thing. Like, even if your
Most
parents...
people.
Well, your parents can threaten to kick you out all they want,
like,
but you
go
can
ahead,
always go
sure.
somewhere else. Yeah, there's always a police station close enough if you need to. There's always going to be a supportive person nearby. You just need to find a Facebook group or a, you know, like even just a school group. Like, for example, Rainbow Club. Like, you just need to find that thing and then you're safe and you're good and they can't do shit. And their one threat against you has run out because they can't do shit about it.
It's that simple, man.
Yeah.
We can figure shit out. Why do I sound like that? Yay, whole cowboy.
And obviously, this isn't us telling you to come out if you're unsafe. It's just us telling you sort of...
If you feel like you can, if you feel like you're going to be safe doing it,
and if you have a backup plan. Like, I have about 4 backup plans if anything ever goes wrong.
Yeah.
That's more my anxiety, but also still, like, just in case, you know, if Dad suddenly decides he wants to kick me out one day... I've got Mars, I've got Fizz, I've got Ace, I've got all these other people I can go to.
You can try Hunter, but he's probably gonna go.
Hunter won't answer.
You can sit on the floor.
Lady will answer before Hunter does. Yeah.
God.
But
you're gonna have to bleep that.
Huh? Oh, the name. Yeah, that's fine. I'm pretty sure we said in the last one, didn't we? Oh no, it was before we started filming the last one, I think. Maybe.
Yeah.
Alright, now let's get off the gay giraffes. So for this next little segment part, we have community editions. So it's pretty much anything that the community, aka you guys from my Instagram, have said about your experiences coming out and being closeted.
Yeah.
We've had a few close calls that I have 2 different perspectives on this. One person who is out, one person who isn't.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to read that one, but we're going to leave that one.
All
Starting us off, we've got Fizz. Fizz added in the story, so they replied to the story, which if you do want to be a part of any future podcasts, make sure that you are following the Queer Teen Talks, that's the old name of it, Queer Teen Talks
and as
Instagram.
well, if you want to be anonymous, tell us. If you don't want to be anonymous, tell us as well.
I will likely just end up messaging you after you add a submission and be like, yo, you want to be anonymous or are you good? So from Fizz, we have so they used to have letters on their door saying Saphira's room, and they were crooked, and Mum said, they aren't straight, fix them. And they almost said, well, I'm not either, and they stared at her in silence for a few minutes, trying to hold it in, and then walked away. Which I feel like that's a very common queer experience.
Yeah.
Is that's not straight, I'm not either. Like, I've done it a few times in front of, like, very, very old family members, and they've sort of looked at me and I was like, shit.
What do you mean? And,
like, it's a very...
one of them queers.
It's a very common queer experience.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. I'm sure Mars has too, and I'm sure every other...
a couple times.
Or a lot of other queer people.
I've also brought up the fact that I've had multiple gay panics in front of my dad, and he's just gone, what is a gay panic?
Yeah. All right, now we have Ari.
Yep.
Yes, I'm shit at name pronunciation. And I've only ever read their name.
Yep.
Anyway, they told their mum that they were bi on Halloween because she was asking if they had a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and they told her they had a girlfriend. Like, that is honestly, I did that too. That's how I came out to a lot of you guys.
Yeah.
I pretty much just kind of said, oh yeah, me and my girlfriend. And they were like, wait, you're gay? You're gay?
You're what?
Yeah, so that's how I came out to Voldemort.
Oh.
I love how they know the nickname now. And they're going to be listening to this too. I think it's funny. No, because where that came from is we kind of just all agreed that they won't be named because we didn't know what name to use.
Yeah.
So we started calling them Voldemort because it was easier.
Yeah.
And then they came out as genderqueer on Messenger, and they sent me a screenshot, which I can't really add, but can I get your acceptance? The second time is something else. So before that, they'd asked for their acceptance, like their mum's acceptance on something. I don't know. They cut it off early.
Yeah.
And then their mum goes, what is it? I'm non-binary and use she, they, he pronouns, and I still go by their dead name, which is pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say because I don't know. I didn't ask. And then they were non-binary before they realised that they were genderqueer. So now they're genderqueer and they prefer they, he pronouns, but they are still okay with she being used sometimes.
Yeah.
I made sure to clarify all that so I didn't accidentally out someone. Because that was my biggest fix. I fucking hate when people out others. Like, for example, having to Kit Connor on Twitter, the other social media shit. I was going to say Instagram and then TikTok, and then I went to Twitter. I went through every social media app. The T one. And then I have like 4 Instagram accounts now. This is shit. That one. Okay, so this is Ace's partner, who I don't know if Ace wants them to be named. So I did ask if they wanted to be named, and they were like, fuck me, I keep burping. They were like, I don't really care, but they don't care if Ace mentions them on the podcast, but I think I'm going to leave that decision up to Ace.
Yep.
Because you never know. And I don't think Ace's mum knows either.
A little bit.
A little bit?
Is hinting.
Okay. But this is, I'm just going to read it out. It's easier.
Yep.
Jay, I got one for you. Okay, this is not really coming out, but it's more of like how my brothers almost found out about me dating Ace. So I was at the Newcastle show with my 2 brother and eldest brothers. So my 2 brothers and eldest brother's ex-girlfriend. So they're now ex-girlfriend. Fuck me. Reading's difficult.
Yeah.
I was trying all night to meet up with Ace for even just a second, and we finally ended up meeting in a little shop. I was kind of trying to hide myself, but my brothers kept looking into the shop to see me. Ace kissed me, and I think my brothers saw, because when I walked out, they said, "Is that your girlfriend?" I almost said, "No, it's my boyfriend," but I pulled myself together and just said it was Ace, a friend. Sorry, Ace. To this day, my family still doesn't know about me and Ace a year and 3 months into this relationship.
Oh.
Which, also, congrats on a year. I'm pretty sure they told us when it was a year, but I can't remember.
Yeah, it was like a while ago.
Well, yeah, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Obviously.
A while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was theirs. And then I also have, Ace sent me a voice recording this morning. So we're going to listen to that, and it's pretty, I haven't listened to it.
What if it's not about?
Well, no, I said it can be about it. Like, I'm pretty sure it's about it. I hope it's about it. All right, does something vibrate? Anyway.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure I'm already connected to this, so we're just going to play it. It's 1:52, so I'm going to mute our mics while we do this.
Cool.
Or actually, maybe just move it away from you.
Sorry, my phone's being like a big old dickhead. So, basically, we were texting a lot. Sorry, I'm like really quiet because I'm hiding in the bathroom to do this because I'm at work experience. I hate myself sometimes. So basically we were texting like a fuck ton, and like because we both knew we were going, so we wanted to meet up. And while we were doing that, so we're texting, tried to meet up a few times, failed, had to keep walking past each other and stuff. And so what happened? Them and their brothers sat pretty much across and up from where me and my family were sitting. So we were texting each other, looking back at each other all the time, and I had a feeling that her brothers knew because like I kept looking back. I made eye contact with one of their brothers. That was scary. And yeah, so then we finally met up pretty much as they were leaving. We met up, and like there's like an op shop section or thrift shop depending on where you're from. Yeah, and so we met up in there. I was with my cousin, so I was like, "Wait, turn around, blah blah blah." Mwah, we kissed. And then we walked out without thinking. I walked out as well, like almost behind them. And then pretty much they left. Super sad, heartbroken. Probably missed things, but you know what, I gotta go to work experience, so I'll listen to the podcast later and tell you if you got anything wrong, which you probably won't listening to this memo. Alright, bye Jay, love you.
Yeah, they definitely didn't know I was going to play that, but you're welcome, Ace.
Well, that was easier than trying to
summarize it all. Yeah.
So pretty much Ace's partners,
brothers. So
Ace's partners, but Ace's perspective.
Yeah. So
yeah,
Ace's partner almost getting outed from Ace's perspective and from their partner's perspective.
Yeah.
I think that's all the ones I was sent, actually. I'm actually going to tell you about one of my almost being outed.
Ooh.
Can I remember it? Oh, this was... Fuck, when was this? This was with Amanda. And I was wearing... So this is before I came out to her, which Amanda is my sister's mum. I was at her house, and my brother was there too. And I had bought, like, a bunch of these... What are these called? Singlet shirts? Singlets, tank tops, whatever they are.
Tank tops. Yeah.
I don't know what they're called, but
I
those
don't
things.
know either.
I was wearing one of them that I bought, and I bought a shit ton of them from the men's section. And Amanda kind of looks over at me and goes, "Why are you wearing so many of those shirts?" And I was like, "'Cause I can." And she kind of just looked at me like I was crazy. Oh, here's another one. This was on my birthday too. This was last year's birthday.
Yeah.
I was out for a dinner with my lunch or a dinner or something. I think it was dinner. Yeah, because I went for a picnic with you guys.
Yeah.
So it was a dinner with my grandmother at this, like, restaurant, and I was wearing my J pin without thinking. So it's on the trans flag. And she goes, "Who's Jay?" And I was like, "Oh, shit, I'm fucked." And I said, "It's my nickname." Like, it was not believable. And then I came out, like, a few months later. I was like, "Yo, I'm gay. And I'm trans" on Facebook. I came out on Facebook.
Yeah.
That is, like, sad.
The most old person thing to do.
Not only did I come out on Facebook, I came on Instagram a bit before it because I knew there were certain people on Instagram that I was fine with knowing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to read out the post. Hold on. It looked like a suicide note.
Yeah, it really did.
Like, somebody, I can't remember who it was, but one of you walked up to me and saw me writing it and you were like, "Are you writing a suicide note?" And I was like, "No, it's just...
coming out post."
Which it was on notes, and I took a screenshot of it.
Yeah.
But the title of it is "This is to anyone who knows me."
Yeah, that is
so much like
that is an awful name.
All right, but here is what I'm gonna read all that. So this is my coming out experience last year. Yeah, 23rd of August.
Yeah.
This is to anyone who knows me. "Hi, you guys currently know me as a girl. Well, please know by the end of this post, it'll be completely different. I am transgender. This means I was a girl who decided to be a different gender. I chose to be a boy, so those who know me by any other name, just be aware I go by Jay and probably won't answer to any other names. Obviously, I don't expect you to get it immediately, but I do expect anyone who wants to stay in my life to at least try. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me either direct messages or in the comments of this post. Thank you, Jay." And that was posted 23rd of August 2022. It got a decent amount of likes and stuff, and I made sure to remove my dad from my Facebook, from my Instagram before I came out, because this was after I was outed, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then, like, we went to our first Pride event in September, which was fucking awesome. Like, Newcastle Pride does so much cool shit, and they deserve so much more credit for it. Because, like, we went to... So that was the first Pride event I went to. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, it was the first one we all went to.
But that was my first Pride event. And it was pretty much just in Spears Point Park. And they had, like, markets and shit. And then there was, like, a stage set up. And it was, like, you know, a bunch of kids singing Baby Shark. And we were rocking out. We loved it. I still have all the videos from that.
I did have multiple panic attacks, though, but, like...
Yeah, I still have the photo from that.
Yeah.
I have a really bad habit of when people aren't looking, taking photos and not realising when Mars is having a panic attack. I've got 2 photos from 2 different Pride events of Mars having a panic attack on my phone.
I have lots
Actually,
of
I think I have an extra one from the other Pride event we went to as well. I haven't posted them. I made sure... Actually, Ace posted one of them. By accident, because I didn't realise it was. And then I was like, "Ace, don't post that."
It's like, why? Mars is having a fucking panic attack, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on. Do I still have the photo from... I don't think I do. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, so that was like 2023 where it came out properly. Like, that was my first properly coming out experience.
Yeah.
My aunt, she's fucking sweet. So this is not the same aunt, changed her name as the other one. Because I've got 2. I'm a lucky bitch. She used to take me, my brother and my sister out when we were, like, young kids to go, like, Luna Park, Taronga Zoo, shit like that, fun shit. And then when she had kids, she obviously had to stop a little bit because she's had her own responsibilities now.
Yeah, have to take care of the kids, not
my
own kids.
On her way over to Christmas dinner last year, after I'd come out to her and to sort of everyone, in her car, on the way there, she kept going, "Jay, Jay, and repeating my name over and over and over again so she wouldn't fuck it. And she made one error that entire night, and it was using the wrong pronoun once.
Aww.
And it was like, she felt so bad for it too. And I was like, no, you were doing better than anybody in this room right now. So, and her kids were really sweet too. I'm pretty sure one of them doesn't recognize me. So, because he's a lot younger. He was born 2018, I think, or something, or like around that date.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he doesn't really understand what's going on a little bit.
Yeah,
but,
that's fair.
Whereas the older one's sort of like, oh yeah, you were this person, now you're this person. So, yeah, it's cool. Her kids are really supportive, and so is... I didn't see her husband much, but... I mean, he's always been there. Like, he's been married since my brother was, like, 1 or something. So he's always been my uncle, like, and that hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Unlike my other auntie who changes a fucking husband every year. New year, new husband. That's her motto.
New year, new me, new husband.
No, it's not new year, new me. It's new me, new husband. No, new year, new husband. What? I'm confused. But, yeah.
New year, new dick. Suck.
And then I came out on Facebook after. I'm going to read out the Facebook post because I think that's honestly really fucking funny. Hold on. And I'm pretty sure my dad... So I posted this while I was at Amanda's house.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want Dad to sort of yell at me or anything. I'm pretty sure I posted it while I was there for like a week or something.
Yeah.
So that way he couldn't yell at me until he'd calmed down. Which by that point he kind of didn't say anything. Hold on. We're going to find it. Here we go. No, wait. It's not that one. Wrong post. Uh-oh. There we go. So I tagged Ace, Mars, and Fizz, I think. Yeah. Ace, Mars, and Fizz in this one.
Yeah.
I don't think I had Hunter's Facebook at that point.
I don't think you did either.
And this was on the 11th of November. So this was like right before Christmas too.
Yeah.
Don't really know how to start this, but here we go. Hi, those who know me probably don't. I'm transgender, which means I was a girl but decided that's not me. I've chosen to identify as a boy. You don't need to understand it to respect me, but I would love for you to try. So hi, I'm Jay. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to either comment on this post or message me directly. Thank you for taking time out of your day, and thank you for hopefully supporting me through this journey. And thank you, Dad, for attempting to use gender-neutral terms and calling me Snorkels and Porky instead of my legal name. And thank you to all of my amazing friends who have supported me for the past year.
We love you.
I was using a little bit of, what's it called?
Guilt tripping?
Not really. It's like manipulation, but the other way. Like positive reinforcement.
It's terrible, but it's true.
Well, because he technically had been trying to use gender-neutral terms and calling me Porky and Snorkels.
Yeah.
So I was trying to, like, trip him into sort of using my preferred name and all that sort of shit.
It's just like, Facebook knows now. Now you have to come along and do it.
Yeah, and then this is my aunt. This is the same one I was talking about earlier, so who sort of said my name on the way to Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Jay. We love you very much, and we can't wait to hear more of your story. Yeah. And then a rainbow thing. Like, bro, she was so fucking sweet.
I saw that comment after they posted it. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet.
She's always been there for me.
Yeah.
She's one of my favourite family members. Although if any of my other family members are listening, please don't. Please don't. I'm sorry for the swearing and the inappropriate... Actually, I think we just said that much inappropriate stuff yet.
No,
other than me wanting
episode.
to violently fuck my first girl crush.
Yeah, not this episode. We haven't swore a lot, which is surprising.
Well, I didn't share it to Facebook because I was like, my great-grandmother looks at my Facebook and I don't want her to see, like, you know, all the fucking swearing and all the other crap. She'd have a heart attack. She'd fucking drop dead. Like, oh my god, child! Have a heart attack and drop dead there. Great-grandchild too, not even just grandchild. So, and I didn't want Dad to see it either. Like, he knows I have a podcast, but I don't think he knows exactly what I say on it.
He doesn't want to know what's on here.
I was half tempted to invite him on. So, a future idea I had for one of the topics, if I've got it with me. I think it's in my bag. Yeah,
I'm putting the microphone close to my face because I can't hear myself.
Okay. Well, I can hear you fine.
That's too close. Fuck.
So one of the ideas I had was having the parents of queer kids on. So, for example, Fizz's mum, possibly your dad, if he's free. And I was thinking of doing that for Are You OK Day, because the theme for this year is We're Here to Hear or something. I don't know. Something like that. I Googled it.
It sounds a bit confusing.
Well, it's something like, we're here to listen to you and shit.
I ran into the microphone.
Nice one, Mars, nice one. But I was thinking of doing that, and I was like, well, I can invite my dad on and just like completely butcher him. But I was like, maybe not.
Just make him scared because mum and my dad are here. Just like
Well, he doesn't really like Fizz's mum because he's like, well, that's awkward, and and like she messages him sometimes to see if I can hang out with Fizz and if I can go places, and he's like, why does she keep messaging me? It's like, bitch, because that's how parents talk to each other.
Yeah,
they message.
Yeah.
Like, would you prefer I gave her the address? Oh, she knows the address. Would you prefer she come and knock on the door instead?
It's just like, hey,
yeah.
can Jay come along for a little play date?
Would you prefer they did it how they did it in the 80s with a phone call? Fucking rotary phone on the wall, just
hello.
But I'm also going to do things like harmful stereotypes and a guest interest focused one.
Yeah.
Which I'm... And that's going to be mixed with a confession reading. So that'll be another thing to look out for on the Instagram is your confessions, and also I'll look on Reddit and stuff like that as well. So
like queer confessions or just confessions in general?
Confessions in general, because I think it'd be funny. And it can be queer confessions too, but like, for example, me with my crush, that's a confession, but just random shit.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you've seen the new Inside Out 2 movie, which I know you have, if you haven't, block your ears for the probably next 5-10 seconds. Riley's deep dark secret. Did you hear what it was at the end? Because it was yeah. I'm not gonna say what
that's
it is,
the reason why I stayed back.
Yeah,
I'm just like, there's a after credit scene.
They turned on like the Reading cinemas at Charlestown. They turned on like the big spotlights. So I was like, I'm not staying here. And Dad left as well. So we were kind of just like, yeah, we're gonna go. And then Abby seen it on TikTok. So then we just watched it on TikTok. And I was like, okay, that works.
Yeah. Okay, you can unblock your ears now.
Unblock your ears, please.
Unblock thou ears.
Can you hear? Can you hear? Unblock your ears, please.
Unblock your dicks, please.
Oh. Please don't do that.
I'm really hoping that camera's still recording, because we tried to... if you're watching this and you can see us right now, that's a good sign, unless you're listening on Spotify.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they've added a new mode where you can add like videos and shit to Spotify.
Ooh.
The podcast. I don't know, I've got to check it out. I'm literally done everything off of my phone and my laptop for like 3 things. Fucking out of every single platform, right? I tried to post to you last week. Fucking, what's it called? YouTube gave me the biggest issue. Which is surprising. I was expecting like Spotify or the new platform I've never used called RSS or something like that.
The fuck is that?
It's pretty much like, you know how you have a resume?
Yeah.
And you've got like your name and shit? It's pretty much that, but it's for podcasts. So it's like you've got your title, what you're sort of focused on, your topics, etc. And then as you upload to that, it automatically uploads to the other platforms you've connected it to.
Ooh.
So it makes it a lot easier for me to try and do that.
Yeah.
Which I may have to do it differently for YouTube. I'm not sure though. So, which that's how they do music and stuff too. So when you upload music and how it's got this person's channel music, same thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Cool.
Kind of boring, but it's pretty cool. So, I think that's all of our topics for today.
Yeah.
Unless you wanted to add anything or say anything.
I don't really have anything I can think of.
Hey, do you want to go to 7-Eleven after this? I'm hungry. I kind of want a Slurpee, so possibly.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know my bottle with me. I guess that's fine though.
Use your mouth.
Hey, you know like the 7-Eleven day where like in America where you can bring your own cup in?
I wish they had it.
Well, it has to fit through a certain hole, but it doesn't actually say it has to fit fully in. You can just have the tip of it, so you could just have a straw in. Or like, what if I just poked my tongue into the thing? It fits.
Use my mouth.
Yeah, or just like my arm, and then I can just fill up my... Like, I feel like there'd be rules against it, though.
Fill up your veins.
I feel like they've, just connected to an IV drip. I feel like they've thought about that, though, and they've kind of just, like, gone, no, there's rules against this.
So you just put a little needle in there.
Especially,
It's just let me.
Especially with America, I feel like they've definitely thought of it.
Yeah.
100%. What if I just had a hose going out to my car? Like, assuming I had a car.
Just fill up the car with Slurpee.
I've been looking at cars lately, too.
Yeah.
And Dad found one the other day. It's a 7-seater. And it's a Holden, I think.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah, well, that means I can fit all of you guys in, plus Dad to drive, and plus possibly even Mum. So, well, it means I could drive us around if we needed to. So it'd be very helpful. Hell, I could even fit fucking Aussie in there. And then the boot's huge as well, which Dad wants it for Bunnings shit. I want it to carry you guys around to Pride events. And hey, with like, I could possibly even bring Fizz to softball All their shit would fit in the back.
Yeah. Or like Pride events, and we have like a little stand.
Yeah. Well, like because we are planning on, we are thinking of doing something like that anyway.
Yeah, bring all the equipment,
which we will talk about on a later episode, so I'll add that to my list. But yeah. Do you have any ideas for like future topics too? Like I know I'm kind of just throwing you the ball right now, but
flags. Describe like.
Well, we kind of already do that with club. I want to sort of steer away from stuff we do with club.
Okay.
Because I don't want it kind of just to be like I want it to just be about sort of me. Like that's very self-centered. Like I want to try and see if I can invite like somebody from -18 or somebody from what's it called? Newcastle Pride.
Yeah.
Like I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be good.
So, and then also just things like that aren't really related to being queer and stuff, even though it is queer teens. Cause we are queer teens.
We are queer teens, and we do talk a lot.
A lot, yeah, for 56 minutes so far.
Oh, shit.
Which I think is the same time that we did the last one, so...
Yeah,
so we've definitely hit a goal. Oh, shit.
Yippee.
Who's messaging me? Oh, it's just stories.
Oh.
That can be ignored till later. I need to set up a mode where it just shuts up all my notifications while I'm on this. But also, like, it's kind of funny when we get the notifications on.
Yeah.
But I will be back on Thursday to film another episode, and I need to try and find somebody else because I feel like I can't carry like a conversation for that long.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this was supposed to go for like an hour and a half, and it went for 20 minutes, and then we had to keep talking and going completely off topic.
But we got something.
It's worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I reckon we will end the episode there so we can go to 7-Eleven.
Hell yeah.
So, Mars, thank you for meeting me on again.
Thank you for coming on me.
Thanks for coming on me. Thanks for coming on me on camera.
I love coming on Jay on camera.
That footage is going on the black market.
I love coming on
if anybody
Jay
wants
on
to see my OnlyFans, JK, I don't have one, but follow the Queer Teen Talks Instagram. So it's queer_teen_talks Instagram.
I feel like you guys probably should have that Instagram if you're listening to this anyway.
Yep, well, follow it anyway. And then from there you'll be able to find my my Instagram. I'll probably end up hooking my TikTok up to there or making a new one.
Yeah.
You'll be able to find Fizz and Ace, and you won't be able to find Mars because they don't like people. So
well, you can find mine, but I probably won't add you back.
Yeah, you can. You just have to like send a request, and they're probably not going to answer it.
It just there's a stranger trying to add me.
You can try. You can try, but you probably won't get anywhere with it.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Sorry about that. Deal with it.
Thank you for coming on my podcast. I will see you probably in a future week for another one.
All right.
I'm probably going to try and get you guys back on week 10. So you and the friend group for the last week of school.
We can do that.
All right.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye, bitches.